Welcome to The Circle. For our last topic, I kind of want us to unpack how social media influences, I think our first topic, the expectations that we have of one another, especially now that we live in an era where people are talking about a lot about anxiety and depression and, you know, all the emotions that they're dealing with from the expectations that social media, I think, plays on us, where men expect women to always look beautiful, always be in shape. Women expect men to always be, you know, they're Prince Charming and always have money and all those things. How do you guys, you know, live in that world? How do you still live a healthy life, a mentally healthy life, knowing that the world is setting these expectations, especially on social media, which we are finding so hard to live without?
You know, in terms of social media, it's very different, I think, if you're going by the business point of view, because I've got friends that, you know, if you go through her social media, I swear she's got a 2-bedroom apartment in Sandton, whereas we are from Soweto together and we live there together. And it's for some people, it's business lately, you know, so I have to post things that are relevant. I have to find the perfect angle to exclude what I'm going through. I don't have to put my emotion. If you go through my own feed, you don't know that I take my anxiety droplets every single day, you know. So for me, it's about what social media is doing for you, you know. So if it's business, then it's business. But if you know, you're trying to show like your personal life, then you have to be as real and raw as possible. So for me, I don't feel like strangers deserve that side of me that's very vulnerable and, you know, very anxious, and, you know, every day I cry or I panic or I do this and that. It's something that's very selective for me. Not everyone deserves to see that side of me. So in terms of that, I'm there. So I don't know if someone else has a different take.
Okay, so for me, I have a history of mental illness. So it's very important for me to always keep positivity around me, right? So if Instagram, I do not follow Instagram models, whatever they're called. Like, I follow people that I look up to, people who I want to be like. Right. So I follow your entrepreneurs, your artists, Basukumalo, Kengedlomo. So every single day I wake up, when I go into Instagram, that's my environment, my virtual world. Okay. People who I look up to. Right. So I can't really, so I get good pressure. Yes. I don't go through like models, slim, thick men. So that's how I create my own sanity. And if it gets too much, I just shut down. I log off, I don't log in. So it's very important for me to always stay sane and to have positive pressure. So yeah, that's just how I keep sane in that environment.
I think we have, I won't say we have a tendency to forget, but we do forget that social media is a choice. You walk into it, you choose who you follow. So you can't, if anything is being imposed on you, it's illegal, it shouldn't be. But I'm not influenced by anything on social media that's oversold, you know, over success, and you know it's unrealistic. But I choose to follow what I follow. I follow my friends, I follow creatives, I follow people that I know I want to be influenced by. So I choose the people I want to influence me. In that sense, there's expectations, but if you're following people you shouldn't, you're ruining your own expectations towards and for you. So it's technically, it's your fault.
What about those big booty chicks that you follow? So I just... How are they influencing your life?
That's for Sunday.
Protect us from yourself, direct.
That's why I've got 3 profiles and I only access 2.
It's good information to know.
That's horrible.
Of your...
That's bad.
So you don't follow big booty chicks?
No. What's that?
And then Sizo, what do you have to say about that?
Social media and expectations. I think people need to grow up. The world is made up of crybabies a lot. People want to wallow in their pain and just, you know, have a whole bus of people, you know, dropped at home to help each other cry and sing kumbaya. We've got, you know, serious problems in our society. People are poor, people are hungry, people are, you know, starving from unemployment and so on. We need to solve problems instead of wallowing in, you know, silly things like social media. Oh, my friend is posting, he's got a Lamborghini, now I, you know, must go commit suicide. That's just stupid.
You know what, I feel like it actually does have an impact on a person's life. I, for one, have, or when, you know, Instagram started becoming a thing, I felt like, geez, I am so behind. Mihlali is, for example, you know, a year older than I am.
Let's try not to use names.
Oh, oops.
It's endorsement.
All right, sorry.
So get her own show.
There's an influencer that's a year older than I am, but I feel like she is doing so much in life that is taking me forever to achieve. You know, we may have similar goals. I'm not trying to live her life, but I feel like if I'm going to be like, oh, you know, every year I want to go to, you know, I want to go on holiday or I want to take my family on holiday. These are things that she...
I have something interesting to tell you, but let's hear from Zana.
You
I have
don't know
something.
what she has to do to
Yeah,
get those things.
yeah, that is exactly my point. Yes, and I have facts, but we'll carry on. Yes?
My opinion on social media, and I expand it further on to the internet as a whole. I'm very cautious with my use of the internet because I'm very cautious of the negative. It's probably the most significant invention in the modern day life. And there's extreme benefit towards its existence, but there's so much bad. And I think people, look, I'm not against people following X and Y to replicate perhaps the positive they see in those people, but it is a risk. It is an inherent risk that exists where people might be too concerned in following and forget that there's an act necessary. And one would diminish it towards seconds of viewing. It is not seconds. It is quite a substantial amount of your time if you were to be able to see it. For instance, a lot of people would express a desire to want to read more. Not social media, the internet as a whole is an obstacle that you have towards your own self-progression. So it's fair to say we look at people to follow them, but there's an inherent risk that you might be too consumed.
Are you
in
on
these,
social media?
to some degree, in a somewhat relatively minimal manner.
Okay.
Yes.
Mandy?
I think there's two sides for me. I've been really busy of late, and I've noticed that social media takes away valuable time. And so I've opted not to engage on it. Unless I require something, I'm looking for something, then I'll go, but otherwise, no. And the other thing I've noticed is the anxiety factor, is you're constantly, you know, benchmarking yourself against these people that we don't know what they go through, we don't know how they got there, and so that's another reason why I've decided, no, I think I need to, it's the influence as well, I need to create for myself, not benchmarked against somebody else.
Right.
I need to be the one that makes the decision that this is what I want my life to be like, for me. It must suit my personal needs, and not for the people, not for the masses.
Yeah, I mean, well, my personal opinion, you know, I don't know where I stand with social media, but I do know that I was once someone who, before it was called being an influencer, I guess, I think I really focused on making sure that my profile was like showing my highlights, the best days and all those things. And there were times when I was having a really hard time. And I realized that no like, no comment was helping me with these very, very serious issues. And that's how I kind of approach social media. So it's easier for me to look and say, I know that there's more behind that picture than just what you're showing. And that's why I made the example with the influencer that you're talking about. I know personally a little bit of what's going on behind that story, and it's not as glamorous as what she shows or what we show mostly. But I cannot lie and say I don't often feel the pressure of being like, oh, I'm at this age and my friend is driving this kind of car at this age, at the same age as I am. Why am I not achieving more things, and kind of feeling that anxiety? And I'm in between. I'm in between. Yes, you know, you should post whatever you like. You should follow whatever you like. And I also feel like what Sizo was saying, like, sometimes we just all need to grow up and realize that there is more, you know, behind the pictures and just what people show, you know. And I think that's what I try to do with my social media also, is to show also, I'll show you when I'm glammed up, but I'll also show you when I'm just with my daughter and we're playing on the ground, or, you know what I'm saying, just to show people that life is real. And we don't have to pretend to be these things that we're really not. These really super unrealistic expectations of always being in shape, always having money, always having it together, always having fun. You know, it's just unreal. Like, life is life. And especially living in a country like ours that's so dynamic and so many issues that we have to face. I'm one family removed from poverty, for instance. I have friends and family who are really in need of very serious things. And I don't have the time to be showing you only the fancy things of my life. You know what I mean? But yeah. Well, thank you guys for coming to the circle. I love your company. The energy is just always awesome, and I'm glad that everyone, brought their honesty and, and everything, and didn't play safe, and put it all on the table. We're always happy to have you, and we'll see you guys next time again on the circle.
In this crazy world.